Happy New Year, buddy. How you doing?
To you as well. To you as well.
Yeah,
Took the week off. Hope all is going well over there, and wherever you patchog, whatever hog.
We're not. Yeah, we're in an og, and we'll leave it at that. You got any new gear on? You look like you maybe like sporting something fresh from under the tree.
No. This is a.
Did you get any gear? Did you get?
This is my Scat and Arps.
All right.
What did I get? I got couple shirts. Nothing. Nothing crazy. This is one of those years. I think everybody was sort of laying low on the gift front.
Favorite present? I mean, is there, or you just nothing stands out?
My son Guy,
and I don't want to hear that everyone was healthy for Christmas and I don't need anything else. All right, give me a real answer.
He bought so Linda's birthday's 2 days after Christmas. She got a cheese board with like a little wire cutting thing that's extraordinarily useful. Did
she think she was getting going to come out and there's going to be a Lexus with a big bow in the driveway? Because you guys in Jersey do that, right? I mean,
no cars. No. I mean, I don't know where. I mean, that is such. I mean, those commercials
are absurd. All right,
yeah,
absurd.
I mean, and the one dude that buys two trucks, one for himself and one for his wife. I mean, okay, good. He had a good year. He was clearly on Bitcoin or something. Good for him.
I'm going with. I got a picture of like an original whatever of Dwayne Allman from the last Allman Brothers Fillmore East show. To add to a growing kind of black and white gallery collection, and my best girl takes good care of me. By the way, give me the year on Fillmore East.
69. No,
come on, a little higher.
What is it? Can't be much. 71.
71. You're better than that. All right.
No, I just because it all sort of came to, it all went. Watch what I do here. It all went pear-shaped. Not peach-shaped, pear-shaped, pretty quickly after that,
Although peach-shaped would have been nice for the brothers. By the way, I mean, speaking of peach, how about the Georgia peach? And Georgia on my mind, man. There's a lot of different Georgia songs we could be singing as they relate to the market. What do you make out of this? Because, again, there are some, and I know you're a big country music guy, or actually it's Charlie Daniels country music, but the devil went down to Georgia apparently.
It's funny. It's that's Charlie Daniels. They're probably most notable song, maybe their biggest commercial.
Oh, you're copping like a little Charlie Daniels attitude on me now.
But
like you don't know Charlie like I know Charlie.
That song is brutal. That is an awful song. I mean, that is an awful song. That's right up there with Bruce's "Dancing in the Dark" and Billy Joel's.
We didn't start the fire.
Allentown, or we didn't start. I mean,
Allentown's not bad.
It's brutal. Anyway,
so
I was watching. Right. I was flipping around the other day, and I came across Ray, the movie with I guess Jamie Farr, which he was just crushed it. And I just saw
Klinger?
at the end as
Jamie
they were.
Farr?
No. Ray, as in Ray Charles. Did you just refer
to Klinger?
Oh, Jamie.
Jamie Farr. You just said Jamie Farr did it. You just said Klinger did a great impersonation of Ray Charles.
I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name?
Jamie Foxx.
Fox. See, I'm in a fog here. I mean, I'm just getting back myself. Anyway, the end of the movie is when the state of Georgia welcomes him back, and I was thinking like the market is not taking this seriously enough. And then today the market's down, whatever it's down. I don't know if it's on the back of that or a bunch of different things or calendar flip. I have no idea, but I think these runoff elections tomorrow are a pretty big deal. Or Wednesday, whatever it is.
I'm amazed that it took till this morning, despite there was obviously some news flow over the weekend for the markets to process a blue wave and what it could mean. And what it could mean, even just if you think about the prospect of higher taxes and where you could see capital gains taxes change, maybe the first thing to change, and what that means for mega cap tech. Also, just when you think about the interpretation of what more blue was for markets means more fiscal support, weaker dollar, higher rates, rotation continues into these value trades. So, but did that just kind of come up this morning? And the weekend's events, and we don't need to get into them, maybe highlighted that is a more of a blue prospect than it was, and maybe it's a major probability at this point. But for the markets not to have seen this late last week, when valuations in markets are as stretched as they are, is one of these things that, as guys that set in the middle of these markets for a long time, markets are largely efficient, and this type of response almost signals that there is more information than we're processing with this one brain cell.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that markets don't consider anything, like they look past everything until they don't, and that's, I know, somewhat glib, but I think that's sort of what we're seeing today. And it was all systems going to year end, and maybe this was always sort of in the rearview mirror. Now that it's obviously the calendar's flipped, markets taking taking it into consideration. I have no idea. The VIX at 21, and maybe it goes back there tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, but it didn't make any sense to me given all the things that are going on, not least of which President Trump still hasn't conceded this election, which is remarkable to me. That nobody even talks, nobody even brings it up. Like, we don't know what's going to happen on January. I have no idea. Anybody that says they know is lying, because I don't think Trump knows. So how could anybody else know? It's just fascinating to me.
The rollout of the vaccine slower than expected is another one of these things that's out today. And I don't believe that should be a reason to be selling markets, because I think the economic pain that we will have ahead of us is just, as it would be with greater closings and more economic impact. But as someone that was pretty bullish in 2020 on a Disney, for example, when you came into this year or went out of 2020 with Disney at 180, which was about $40 through the all-time high set as it started to re-rate on the back of Disney Plus. I mean, these are the kinds of things that I think are, when you turn the page, great Bob Seger song, great songwriter, by the way. And when you turn the page, you actually have some perspective on this. So I do think, and I'm not running from a bullish view on Disney, but I think moves in Disney, especially, and maybe even a Nike, which has been a bulletproof stock largely even through COVID, are ones that need to be reconsidered in the prospect of markets being still really at all-time highs.
At least for the next couple of weeks, for sure. And we'll see what happens with this runoff election. But, as we were talking just before we started filming this, it was announced in the UK that they're going to lock things down. They're going to, DEFCON 5, whatever level they're in terms of locking down the country. It's amazing. And they're talking about this lasting potentially through the summer. At least that's the headline that I saw. So just so many things out there that the market doesn't seem to care about. Maybe today, for the first time in a while, it does. We'll see. But again, 21 VIX makes no sense. A VIX closer to 30 to me makes a lot more sense in this environment.
And if I said the name Sudfield, what would that mean to you right now? Sudfield. Yeah.
Well, look, just real quick. I mean, I know what happened last night. We watched the we watched the Eagle Washington football team game. I watched it. You watched it. But all these Giant fans that are exorcised today shouldn't be, because it should never come down to that. You shouldn't be relying upon another team to determine your fate. So the Eagles could have played me last night, and that's their prerogative. So I am not nearly as pissed off as everybody else seems to be.
I will say, though, and I tweeted this last night, they could have brought out Shane Falco or Reno Hightower, and you would have had a better. I mean, that guy. I mean, seriously. And I know we said this about the Denver Broncos when they threw a parking attendant into the quarterback slot earlier in the season, but you couldn't have screwed that up any more than your boy Sudfield. But I'm with you. Giant fans should not be blaming anyone other than their team who didn't get it done. We're about accountability here. And Charlie Daniels, I think that was a good song, by the way. I think the devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal.
We're going to put a poll up. The poll is going to be simple, folks. Binary. Good song, bad song. And vote off. And if you're from Illinois. I'll see you tomorrow, Tim.
See you tomorrow.